What's good, internet? My name is attackslug, and this is Godzilla Voxel Wars, out now on Steam for a price of $15. As always, full disclosure, they sent me a copy. So this is a puzzle game, to get that out of the way first. It is not a stomp around a city and smash things. It is, man, we're gonna puzzle it out here in a lot of stages, and I've been enjoying it thus far. Played about 5 hours or so, and I've been having a great time. So I have a few minor complaints. My first issue is that there is controller support, but I don't really like it. And with the controller, you get a custom mouse cursor, right? But when you're playing it on mouse and keyboard, you get the standard Windows mouse cursor. Why? I want that blue one instead when I'm playing it on PC on Windows. Also, in the settings, there are like no settings for graphics, resolution, like any of that stuff. It's just not, this is what you get, that's it. And then you're on PC, there should be options on a PC game, but that is what it is. And thirdly, you're going to notice here there's no music, because there is music, but it is officially licensed music from Godzilla, even though the publisher said, oh, we'll get you a whitelist. I don't trust YouTube, so therefore I turned it off. But besides that, it plays like the same two tracks over and over again. So I would say find your own soundtracks to play, because it's going to play those same two tracks. There's one song on this menu and two different songs that play during the actual stages, and that's it. So there are 3 songs in the whole game, and I've played at this point quite a bit of the game. And so let's explore the basics on stage number 5 here in the first world, which is easy. Gotta give you an idea of how this game operates and what it does. So generally, you begin a stage with Godzilla. There are mushroom creatures that are causing havoc that you must destroy within a number of turns. This time it's 2 turns. You can take more turns, but there are 5 here in total, and when you get done with the 5, that's just, you're done. Now, on these buildings here that I've highlighted, that has the blue and the red, those give you G points. Those G points allow you to bring more monsters that are on your side into the stage and help you to wreak havoc on these mushrooms. So, basically, you pick your character. You move to a spot. Now, on every turn, you must use your attack. Even if it doesn't hit anything, you have to use it. You can't move and not attack. So we're going to hit this building here. You get 2 damage and knockback if you need knockback. And so you can see now, I have the option here with my 2 G points to summon Rodan. Now, much like Into the Breach, which is this is kind of very similar, the enemies will kind of telegraph what they are doing. And therefore, this one here is going to attack this building, and you don't want that to happen 3 times. Well, 3 stories of any building, it's going to be game over. This Fungoid has 3 hit points, and this one has 1 hit point. So we have Rodan, and can summon him in this stage. And ideally, what we're going to do here is make sure that this mushroom does not get to this building. So right now, I'm going to put him right here. It's always kind of where you are from your main character or from any of your other summoned characters. And his attack is just a wind blast. And so therefore I can say, hey man, go that way. And you'll lose 1 hit point, hitting there, and you'll attack nothing. And you're fine. Meanwhile, I've already used my turn here, so I gotta hit end turn and see what these enemies do in this stage. I'm hoping, that's what I was hoping, right? Because any building that has the black mushroom on it, that does not give you G points, but it has to be destroyed before you can finish the stage. So therefore, I could take my boy here, Rodan, and blow this mushroom into that and destroy it, both the enemy and that building. And then take my boy Godzilla, and he does 2 damage, and therefore, you donezo. Bye-bye. That's kind of the basic flow of the game. And yes, I know, mechanically, very similar to Into the Breach, but most importantly, Into the Breach was a roguelite, right? Very hard and very random. This is a puzzle game. You have a set amount of stages, and you have an ideal way to solve each particular puzzle, and when you do that, you get 3 of these silver stars. So I'm going to hop in here a little bit further to where I am currently, but also, not only do you have, 6 lands here, or 6 areas, you also have the underside. Even harder stages on the underside, and you unlock those by having enough stars. You see here, when I hit to 195, I'll get this stage, and then so on and so forth, hitting more of these stages. Obviously, I have a lot of things to do here that I have not finished perfectly on those stages. So basically, you get 240 stages here overall, it looks like, if they're all at 20 stages apiece, which I'm pretty sure that they are. So I'm in World 4 right now, which is the ice world. I have reached 4-8. Now, on the board here, you'll see another monster. When I get here, I'm going to fight him, and then I'll unlock him past that for additional stages when it is available. There is not escalating difficulty. It's not like the first stage is the easiest and the last stage is the hardest. I mean, obviously that is a boss stage, but you'll see here it goes easy, easy, normal, hard, hard, easy. So it's not always going to be, all right, here's easy, then normal, then hard. This is a hard stage. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but we'll try it here on the video. So, one thing that is going to kind of be wild here is that you'll see all these enemies, right? 2 turns, right? The ideal solution here will take you 2 turns with no damage. Now, up here on the top we have our attack order, so you can see who's going to attack first. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these red and purple deals here, like this and this, and down here, on the next turn, it's going to spawn more guys. And so this one here, in 2 turns, it will spawn another guy. In the upper right, it will show you, all right, what's going to spawn from there. The Manshroom one and the Fungoid 4. I think those numbers always mean how many hit points they're going to have. So you're going to say, all right, how in the hell with Godzilla and Mothra, who is larva right now, and 1 building, I would only have 3 possible characters. How in the hell do you take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 enemies? Importantly, if you have a character or an object on top of one of these, they won't spawn. So doing that is very important to figuring out how this is supposed to work, because you don't want them on that beingness. So let's see here. If we take our larva Mothra, who does 1 damage in center and then knocks back anyone else 4 tiles. Now, ideally, you would think, if we line him up over here and say, hey, do that, right? It will do some damage, but it won't actually solve the problem. And so we right-click to back up and say, what if I go over here and launch it here? Because then it'll put him on top of that deal there, and the building will not get damaged. So let's try that. But even still, that is not enough to get me another character. So now I only have the option to perhaps go over here and knock this ice block into this guy here, like that. But even that's not going to get me there. That's the end of my turn. I'm going to hit end turn. And instead of say, nah, 1, 2, 3. All right, actually, that was 2. That was the ice block, and then there was 2 of those. And then, look at that, we have more things to deal with. So, here's the thing. Unlike Into the Breach, which is a roguelite, I say, all right, that turn went terrible. Back it up. Just back the whole thing up to the start, because this is a puzzle game. Number 2, if you do other stages perfectly, you get hint tickets over here, and those cost you 1 G ticket. And the word hint here, kind of a misnomer, because it solves that turn for you. So we're going to get a hint here with our 1 ticket and see how this plays out. All right, who goes where? So turn 1. Okay, he goes there. Okay, interesting. And then he goes there. Who's going to attack him to do that? Okay, I see where you're going with this. Interesting. Interesting. And yes, things keep happening here, causing damage. You can see how you would get there in 2 turns. But even so, even that, what does the Manshroom here do? 1 damage and knock back to 1 square in front 2 times. Also, in some stages, you have investigation reports to kind of give you more of the lore and the backstory and that whole thing, right? So I can do that, but I'm not quite sure how, because I don't think my boy here is going to get there, and not either. Again, in 2 turns. How's that going to work? How is that going to work? So, I feel like what has to happen here, number 1, spawning our 3rd character, Manila. Because he's not really an attack guy, he powers up your other guys. So if I spawn him behind Godzilla, and then say, hey, get that power. So now instead of 2, I get 4, and then take Godzilla over here to an enemy that has 4 hit points, and just, boom, trashed him. Done. Now, could I get over here? Okay, I can. And the question at that juncture is, get this, cha-ching, and then where do I spit what I need to spit? I feel like this one right here. Because we take the ice block, get that one on the right, and then he goes over onto the spawn point, hits the ice block into the other one, and we should be good. We should be good. So I'm going to put him and do this, shoot that, and we'll see how things play out here with the enemy turn. He does this, turn 2. Hits that, does that, he spawns from underneath, dead, perfect solution. So sometimes it's like, all right, how does it begin? Because once you figure out how it begins, you have a better idea of how to actually finish things and get that 3 stars and get you more G tickets. But also, the spatial transfer system malfunctioned and sent me to a parallel universe. Everything here looks the same, but the closer I look, the stranger things get. So, all right, cool. And now we have this object in build mode. And what that means is you can build your own stages to have other players play on the internet. Let's try one more here. You kind of get the idea. And honestly, I do want to do a full review. It's just I don't like doing those without actually having finished the game. So I have to actually get there first to actually get my thoughts out properly to a full review. But I want to get this video out sooner because, hey, this weekend, new film in theaters. Go see it. So here we are. We have 2 characters, Godzilla and Mothra, right? The big proper Mothra. Mothra will hit you with a knockback, but then you won't take any damage the next turn. This is a 3-turn stage. So obviously you want to hit this deal here to get more characters, and this deal here to get more characters. And we have blue, yellow, green, and red. King Ghidorah is green, red, and yellow, and Violente is green and blue. So a lot of options to consider when going into any stage. All right, how do you even start this beardness? So I feel like if I attack this guy here, and then, well, let's try it. All right, go over here and attack you to push you 1, right? And then take Mothra and head over here and push him into that shroom thing, which then should make him attack somebody else that's an enemy and also defeat the deal from underneath. But the question really is, where does Mothra need to actually be? We're going to try up here on this and say, hey, shoot you onto that. And that's the end of my turn there. I have not gotten any other guys yet. So we're going to end our turn and see how that goes there. So he's going to shoot his guy there. And then, all right, 1 spawns and 1 does not. And then we got 2 more. And then things get chaotic. And you don't want things getting chaotic in this game. So this is turn 2. And you ideally want to finish it by turn 3. But if you don't, you just get less stars, right? So obviously, 6 turns, kaput. But if you can get it on turn 6, you still defeat the stage. I don't have any way to really get to what I want to do, which is frustrating. All right, that may have not been the best idea. Let's back up here. You can combo things. I could use Mothra to shoot across Godzilla and then not take any damage from things in that nature. We'll take him here and shoot you there. That solves that problem, and that problem. But where does Mothra go? All right, do I shoot the green? Do I shoot the ice cube into the green? All right, let's go down here and shoot the cube here to do that, to bash that. Yes, even better, because it's going to hit, and then up, and yeah, okay, that might be the best move there to have the turn start. So, going to end turn on that, and boom, 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 and then up from, yes. All right, so now the concern is 1 there, 1 there, and then incoming with several more. So that was a good first turn. Turn number 2. I feel like I need to get these here for more help in these stages. So we're going to go over here and then smash up this building for 2. And now with the G power, that's not enough. We need the yellow. Ah, crud. Well, I mean, I needed it, but let's back up here. Let's hit back. Also, you can do this here and rotate. I don't ever do it. It's there as an option. So just letting you know. I could go here and shoot this ice cube over onto here, which would solve a problem, but not all of the problems. So, let's try that. Let's shoot that there. Oh, right, no. End of the stage means it gets destroyed because it's an ice cube, so not an option. There's no really good, like, attacking options for this, but it does not get us to where we want to be, which is getting this thing destroyed. So, obviously, down here, and then shoot you like that. Now, no damage means, I think, no damage. So, I might get damaged here, but, I have two options here. So, Biolante pulls the target to yourself, and King Ghidorah hits 3 and knock back with the 3. If we get King Ghidorah, put him here, and then shoot these 3 here, like that, we do that. And then we get Biolante. If I drag the Mant Shroom into King Ghidorah, I'll do damage, but then also murder that enemy. Great. But yes, we can't do any more damage to the bee here on this turn. So we're on turn 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things to still worry about. So 1 damage to my main man. Not worried about it. Alright, look. Things happen, right? But now the question is, how do we solve this particular problem? I can shoot back at you, but I don't want to do that. And again, King Ghidorah pushes back, right? So he will push back into that building. You don't want any buildings being destroyed. And then, let's see here. What's a better option for King Ghidorah? If we shoot you across to knock back to here, and I can't get to him there, so if we grab you, and then grab you, that's 1 damage. We still can't really do what I want to do here, which is unfortunate, because this guy here is going to get this hit. Like, we need to actually get this ice block into him, but I'm not anywhere near that to be able to make it happen. So this one's gonna go rotten. So we're just gonna do this here. We're gonna take you here and shoot you across. No damage. I want to get King Ghidorah somewhere to actually do some damage here, but it's gonna be a problem to do so. So we'll just put him on this block here. I thought I moved you here. You here, and then attack. And then you over here to solve that problem. We still have not... It's going to take damage there to you. You're going to be dead. That's fine. So we didn't do it by turn 3. You know, these things happen. And that took damage on that building, and then both those are dead. So we'll do this here. We'll shoot you here to do that. But I can go over here and then pull this ice block into you. Great. But I don't have enough to get you out of there. And no, hold on. Back up. To me. It still is going to hit a building. Like, man, that's a problem. So I'm going to get in front of him here. And then do that. And then end the turn. Now we're on turn 5. That's a problem, yes. But I can take you, go up here, drag you, and then I didn't do any damage. Hold on, back up. Now we drag the ice block to do damage to you. And then we take the King of Monsters and smash you, and there is. I beat it, but I didn't do it the best way. So that is Godzilla Voxel Wars, out now on Steam for 15 bucks. And despite the mechanical similarities to Into the Breach, I think it does enough to set itself apart as an excellent puzzle game. Therefore, I'll see you later here, and hopefully at some point soon for a proper full-on review. But in the meantime, go watch that new movie, and perhaps go on Steam and look at this game, link in the description. I'm attackslug, I'll see you next time, right here for more videos, and I'm out.